Well, round 7, Oulton Park. This is the drive down. Let's go. Right, round 7. So we've done Cadwell. This is the quickest turnaround that we're having to do. It's 2 weeks, so it's literally just so busy. I ain't even uploaded all my races and that from Cadwell yet, and all other in between bits. So it is a massive quick turnaround. I've got absolute useless drivers all around. It is Thursday. I'm going down. I didn't do track day. I've not got track day today. There's a track day today. I've got the test day. It's a bit funny, Oulton, because we've got test day, half a test day. Can't remember how much that were offhand. I've got it wrote down somewhere. We've got half a test day, qualifying this afternoon, tomorrow afternoon, and then it's racing on Saturday. No racing Sunday, Oulton. Not for us. Not allowed. Apparently they're only allowed to have racing or any event on a Sunday. So many times at Oulton. Not being funny. Shouldn't buy a house near a racetrack. Simple as. Already I know it's going to be a whinge fest. But it is what it is. So I've got 181 miles, just a bit further than Cadwell. I think Caddy were 176 if I remember right. Oh, I don't know if it's shaking a lot on the camera. Hopefully it stabilizes. Yeah, that might be a bit better. Hopefully it's not shaking around. But yeah, so it's not much difference. 3 hours 25 minutes it's saying. That's if I weren't pulling a caravan. So I presume it's going to be 3:45, something like that, to be honest. And it is. I mean, it's only 12:15. I'm about 8 miles away from home already, just getting on A19. So I've got a few hours travel, which isn't a problem. Oulton Park, I have only ever been once, and that was last year. First time I ever come. Same situation as this year, apart from at least I know how the bike handles and how it feels now. That's a bonus. So I'm hoping to be a lot faster than last year. Last year it was my second ever race, so I did Anglesey first, and then I did Oulton, and it's the first time I've ever raced at Oulton. First time I'd ever been at Oulton, apart from when I've gone and watched British Superbikes. I've watched British Superbikes at Oulton Park, but I'd never ever been round Oulton Park, not even on a track day. So the test day, the half test day, was the first time I ever spun a wheel at Oulton. And straight into qualifying, race 1, race 2, and that was the weekend over. It is what it is. I'm just, now that I know what my bike feels like, I know what my bike does. Hopefully this time I get a lot I have got to be a lot faster than last year. I had issues with tyres last year as well. I were on scrubs last year, but I put an SC0 on and I just couldn't act it. It took me like 3 laps just to get it to work. I just don't think I were fast enough for an SC0 last year, to be honest. And that's just me just being honest about it. So it is one I've brought an SC0 scrub, which I've got an SC1 for test day. Weather's, we just don't know what weather's doing, to be honest. 1 minute it said it's raining, 1 minute it's not, then it's going to rain, be nice all day tomorrow, and then pissing it down on Saturday. then it's half an hour. Look, either rain or either be nice. One or other. Stop all this messing about. But it is one of them where if it's going to rain or be wet, I'd rather it just rain all weekend, because then at least I know from test day to racing what I'm doing, and tyre wise and riding wise, i.e. traction control. Because obviously it's Croft, I forgot to turn my traction control up. I'm not saying that's why I crashed, but it could be a factor, it might not be. I don't really think about that one now. But either be nice or be not, simple as. So it is on and off. My times from last year, oh my god. My first race, I think it was a 203 or a 202. And then my second race, and I did get lapped, and I did get lapped in second race as well. A 2 minutes bang on last year. The fast lads were doing like 143, 144s. So they were 15 seconds. No wonder I got lapped, to be honest. But I'm hoping, God, I'm hoping I'm so much faster. I really do. It'd be nice if I could get at least a 155, if not close to 150. I just don't know. I don't know what's the, if the really fast lads were doing a 143, then, and that was like the top end of lads. If they were doing 143, I should be getting at least a 153, I think, in reality. 10 seconds off it. Top cup thigh lads. I'll see. I'll just see. I've got to be better than last year, surely. Now there is no. From the last race, if you're watching this, you'll have even watched my last race. How good were I? But what I'm going to say is, Craig Sharman spoilt me, because Craig bought me a set of tyres. So I know what a new set of tyres actually feels like, and I'm not being funny. Oh my god, from the minute you set off, it's just so much more grip. Fastest I've ever gone at Cadwell Park. I weren't too far off, to be honest. You know, like the winning lads, if you think Cadwell, if you've ever been to Cadwell Park, you know the layout of it. You know how from one lap to another, you can like literally be a good 5 seconds off from one lap to another. And I got a 141.046. That off a 140. And I think, apart from, well, there were a brand new lad in, I don't even want to go into that one. Because he's took points and now he's moved into cup. Brilliant. But I'll talk about that in championship standings, and not on this one. But yeah, 141.046. I was really happy with that, as fast as I've gone. And I raced my bestest race ever. Was that last race. If you haven't watched it, go and watch race 3 from Cadwell Park. Not the best start, but not a really bad start like in my first race, or my second, not as bad. But I tell you what, I will go in for it in race 3. If you go and watch it, you'll see. Now, and it were with tyres that Craig bought me, to be honest. Absolutely can't say enough thanks for Craig for that. But what he's done is he's spoilt me, because now I were saving money, and I have been doing overtime at work, and you know, this, that and other, just literally trying to save me money, and a little bit from YouTube, which I'll say thanks to everyone who does watch on a regular basis, all my subscribers. Big thank you, because I got some pennies in bank from YouTube. I'm not going to tell you how much, because I'm going to do that probably if you want to go and watch how much it costs to go racing. That I've got a full series on that. So after racing, I always do how much it costs. Go and watch that. But I'm going to save my YouTube earnings until the very last one, because I'm very open. I don't, you know, it's one of them where you've subscribed, you've supported. It makes no difference to me, but I appreciate everyone who watches. And yes, I've had to put ads in to get revenue, so I do apologise for ads. Do you mean? But literally, let it run, skip it as soon as you can. It's fine. Do you mean? But I do have to put them in just to get monetised, to be honest. So I do apologise for that. Whereas my early ones, this one I am. But I am going to show you how much I earn from YouTube. I can't retire. I can't buy $1 million back. I'm not Matt Armstrong. Which, unless you don't subscribe and you're watching this, subscribe. Help me out. But yes, I had saved some, and I was saving it for Donington, because I was going to buy myself some new tyres at Donington. I've gone and bought myself a new tyre, a rear, not a front. I did ask Craig, and he's like, "Oh, you'll get another rear out at front tyre." So, and I always, what I tend to do is I use 2 rears to 1 scrub anyway. So I have bought myself a brand new rear tyre for this weekend. So if it's nice, happy days. I'm in caravan and I've just took someone on A19. He's doing 50 mile an hour, the idiot. Give your licence in, man. Jesus Christ. Brand new tyre. So I have been doing overtime. Just saying that, as soon as I bought it, I'm like, oh, I need to save again now for Donington, because I want new front and rear for Donington. So I've already got some overtime in, let's put it that way. Might need another shift. Another overtime shift to pay for it. But the difference between tyres, unbelievable. You know what I mean? Back to Oulton Park. So that's my situation. Sorry, so before I go back to Oulton Park, that's my situation. So I've got a new tyre, I've got my wets, and I brought a spare wet as well. I've got my intermediates, they're always in caravan anyway. They're on my spare wheels. Not the intermediates, but wets. So I've got wets ready. I've brought SC0. I've even got an SCX, which I was supposed to sell to someone, but they didn't come through with that. Because I'm not fast enough for an SCX. Not unless it's red hot and I'm superhuman. But I doubt I'll use that SCX. I've got SC1s. I've even brought an SC2 if it gets really cold. In fact, I bought an SC2 off Dan as well. I'm picking that. He's dropping that off this weekend. And yeah, SC0, SC1. So I've got a bit of a mix. The brand new tyre I've got is an SC1 to match the front. It's a more all-rounder. So at least I'm prepared with tyres. And I've actually got, which I don't know, I normally just buy normal fuel. I've actually bought super unleaded. And I was talking to Gavin and Lewis Smart, and like they've got all, you know, obviously the bikes that they use, and is that they only ever use unleaded, super unleaded. So I thought I'd give it a go. Other people are like, oh, it makes no difference. Hey, if I want to treat my bike to some super, I'm treating it. That's what I'm doing this weekend. So that's that one. Right, overall, Oulton Park. I mean, I've got miles to go. But what I will say is, more people who can't drive. I'm doing 60 mile an hour, you idiot. 60 mile an hour towing a caravan and billing knobheads doing 50. What an absolute pleb. Shouldn't have. Look at that. I'm what? 20 mile in. I'm only 20 mile in. Idiots. Back to Oulton Park. Like I said, last year was my first time ever. What I will say is I've loved these new tracks this year. Brands were new, Crofts new, Anglesey had done last year. So there's a few new tracks. Obviously Cadwell done a million times just like everyone else. But Oulton Park, it's not similar. People say it's Cadwell Park and steroid. I can see why. There's no mountain. You know, there's no mountain, but there is some ups and downs, but it's a bit bumpy. It is a bit bumpy. We are a shadow of doubt. And I did like it. I did like it last year. If I remember, I'd have to what? Oh, I didn't record anything last year. I weren't recording last year. Going into first corner, and I ain't got a clue on most of corner names on any track. I just turn up. But going into that corner, someone had lost the chain, and I'm sure it was in first race. And you know, when you look at someone and think, what's that? About 3 laps on trot, I hit it going into first corner just because I'm like, what's that? Oh, it's the chain. But I did eventually start missing that chain. I just couldn't believe it. I'm sure that was first race. I know I can go faster. But I do like the track. Braking markers, I'm going to have to learn all them. Literally on my half day tomorrow. I know there's a fair bit where I was braking way too early. And if you've seen me race 3, like I said, go and see me race 3. You'll see what I mean about I'm okay on brakes. Top rack. That's what I named it. Top rack. But yeah, go and have a look at race 3. And hopefully Oulton Park's going to be good. Right, I have got 160 miles still to go. So I'll probably I am in pits. I will say I am in pits. So whereas Cadwell Park, I've paid for pits for a year, haven't I? So I'm in no matter what. I'm in with round racing again. I've got an endurance film coming out. In fact, that should be out before you see this. Which round racing invited me down to endurance pits at Cadwell, and I recorded not full 3 hours, snippets from endurance. So if you've ever wondered what endurance is about, which everyone knows now, I'm doing endurance at Donington for last round. We're doing it for Lee. It's Lee's last racing season, and we're going to be number 134. So, which is Lee's race number. So there is 4 of us. So we're going to do endurance at Donington, just as like a final set. Not only that, race season's over. We've got, you know, so it's not putting too much on bikes, and be a nice little send off for Lee. So yeah, you already know. Well, yeah, you'll have seen the video. I'm in pits with round racing, and Craig. So Craig, who bought me tyres, I'm in pits with him. Adam and Dan's there, and Alan, I believe, is in there. Roger's there. So be a good weekend. I'm sure Lenny will turn up at daft o'clock. Remember, if you need a plumber, heating, kitchen building, bathroom building, you name it, L. Brookman, plumbing and heating. Only if you're a Cockney, not a Southerner. Don't bother if you're up north. You ain't coming up here. But if you're down London, down, I'm sure he lives. I'm going to say around Dartford area. And I know we're like 10 minutes away from Branston. But anywhere down there, L. Brookman, plumbing and heating, and give him a bell. See what he can do. Tell him I've given him. Tell him I've given 10% discount. You ain't getting it. Right, that is me done for now. I'll probably come back on when I get to Oulton, and probably when I get set up, just to give you a little show round and so forth. Right, guys, if you haven't subscribed, give us a subscribe. Saves me asking. Get me to 1 million subscribers. As if. But no. Cheers, guys. Catch you later. Right. I've been here ages. Traffic shite. Just got to be careful because there's music and it gets demonetised. In fact, let me go and switch that down, and then I can actually off. So look, all set up. Kit Rogue. it's useless for putting bike on, to be honest. It just sticks to tyres. I'm all set up in here. So Roger's just turned up, shut his van door for him, and I'm in pit 14. There's me. Now it were absolutely hammering it down when I got here. All this massive pool of water, so I've got my brush out at caravan ready for tomorrow. But I'll tell you what, because I got here early, scrutineering. Already been. So I've been scrutineering. I've also got my PPE done. My PPE, look at me. Test day for morning. Bright sunshine now. Couldn't write this shit. So literally, I'm already round racing again. They're doing endurance. Craig's going to be in, Alan's in, Daniel's in that side, and there's that bloke who bitched me on how much it cost to go racing. So, which is so funny. We've just been chatting about it earlier. Well, I'm all set. I have actually been a bit sneaky. My car's right over there. My water barrel, my tyres, saving Lenny and Lee a place. That's how I roll. So I am just saving a place, just in reality, so they can get some power. That's what they need. Yeah. Oh, my conversion.
You're in like full-on office setup now.
Oh god, yeah, that's I'm literally YouTubing him.
It's great.
So yeah, Ben's just come and he's on about full setup, but laptop and everything.
It's me.
So so what were I gonna say? Oh yeah, seen Dan Fletcher. Dan's local to this track, so Dan Fletcher, he stopped racing, and it's just purely down to he started his own business and he can't afford to do both. So good on him, doing he's thinking at future. So bought some tyres. They are Pirelli SC2. They are my endurance tyres for Donington. Sorted them out and bought a new sprocket off him. So got a sprocket off him as well. Literally, I'm all set. All set. I've got a wrap. I brought some chicken wraps. I've got a little bit of pizza. Got my kettle set. Beer, of course. Beer o'clock somewhere. And I'm all ready. So that is literally the drive down. Not the best. That's where. Oh, I forgot about that one, didn't I? I got distracted with walking round. What I will say is, learn to drive, people. You're useless. I'm towing a caravan, and I don't really speed, I do that on racetrack. But what I've seen is absolute plebs. Citroens, what a bag of shit. What's up? Can your car not do more than 60? Even lorries are overtaking them, and you'll never guess. I think half of them is like just nudging coughing. Useless. Get off at roads. And once I got off at motorway, I don't know what road it was. Like coming into Oulton, there's just like a wiggly road. It's a 60. This Citroen were doing 30. The traffic behind him was horrendous, and he pulled into a petrol station at lights. If you've ever been to come to Oulton, you'll know there's that petrol station at the lights. He pulled in there. I was stood there. I was waiting for him to get out of his car because I was going to shout out at window how useless he were. Boils my piss. Right, The weekend's just starting. We're rolling on. Right, if you haven't subscribed, give us a subscribe. Hope you're enjoying it, and I will catch you later. See ya.